joining us on this edition of Keys to the Kingdom, a weekly word ministry program brought to you by Celebrate New Life Tabernacle Outreach and Family Worship Center. Keys to the Kingdom is a powerful and exciting word program presented by CNLT Senior Pastor Dr. Joseph W. Henderson.
The text that we are going to look at today is talking about a prophet-to-be who is hungry for ministry. His name is Elisha, and he is going to become the successor of Elijah. And God is going to put his seal of approval upon him, and he is going to engage in ministry. God transforms the lives of believers in order to become successors in ministry. God transforms the lives of believers in order for them to become successors in ministry. Many of you are in ministry now because of what mama and daddy passed on to you. Many of you are in ministry now because God directly called you, anointed you, gifted you for service. Each and every one of us, in a sense, are successors of someone in ministry. Jesus said it this way: I am getting ready to go away, and you're not going to be able to come with me, as he was talking to his apostles. But he says, the works that I have done and that I do, you shall do even greater works than I have. Now that's awesome, because what has happened is Jesus has made us successors to his ministry. And when he does that, he endues us with power in order that we might be successful in pulling off what he has called us to do. And so we want to look at this text today and see what Elijah did, how passionate and how hungry he was for ministry. Do you want to hear what we got to say this morning? Is God good? Come on, talk to me. Is God good? He is very good. How did Elijah demonstrate his passion to succeed Elijah in ministry? Our text today reveals 3 actions performed by Elisha. Number 1, are you with me? He refused to allow his master to leave his sight. Now you're sitting here and you're saying, what? If you go back to verse 2 in 2 Kings chapter 2, you will find Elijah and Elisha are traveling from Gilgal, and God speaks through Elijah, and Elijah tells Elisha that I need to go to Bethel, but I want you, Elisha, to stay here. Elisha in verse 2 and verse 4 and verse 6, when he tells him that 3 times, responds by saying, no, I'm not going to stay here. I'm going to follow you. I am not going to allow you to leave my sight. Now here's what's interesting, church. The text doesn't tell us when God told Elijah that he was getting ready to leave. The text doesn't tell us that God told Elisha that he was going to leave. Matter of fact, when Elijah and Elisha gets down to Bethel, the Bible says that the sons of the prophets came to Elijah and Elisha and pulled Elijah aside and says, don't you know that your master is getting ready to leave? And Elisha responds by saying, shut up, be quiet. I know that he's getting ready to go, but I'm not going to let him leave my side. I'm not going to let him out of my sight. In essence, Elisha was demonstrating a heart of passion and persistence to engage in ministry.
We hope you have enjoyed this message of hope and inspiration, and that you will tune in next week for another edition of Keys to the Kingdom. If you would like to purchase a cassette or CD of the complete broadcast, write to Celebrate New Life Tabernacle Audio Department, 3050 Agape Lane, Tallahassee, Florida 32311. Please enclose $5 to cover the cost for each cassette tape or $12 to cover the cost for each CD. You may also call area code 850-671-4519 to request your order.